Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV. And don't forget, you can always check us out on YouTube. Just type in the Albert and Billy Show YouTube and you can see every episode of the Albert and Billy Show. And we're joined today by special guest Gabe Boring. What's up, Gabe?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good.
You're going to stick around with us for a few minutes and then we'll be talking about your exciting future coming up at UTC. All right, buddy. How you doing, Pawpaw?
I am getting older, Billy.
He's been complaining about that since he walked through the door, by the way, folks.
I'm not kidding.
Well, I didn't think he was.
I can't do the things I used to do.
I bet. It's depressing, isn't it?
The lady that used to own the Vaughn Chevrolet dealership here in Pikeville.
I don't remember her.
Well, she called one day and wanted a cup of sour cream brought from the store.
Oh, it's been a long time ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Merle said, "Run that down there, Albert." So I ran it down there, and she's sitting in the dining room crying when I got there. And I said, "Finette, what's wrong?" She said, "Oh, Albert, I can't do the things I used to do." She said, "I wouldn't want you to bring that sour cream. I'd come and got it."
Now you know how. What's her name?
Finette Vaughn.
Finette?
They own the Chevrolet dealership. Where Lola's is?
Yeah.
That was the Vaughn Chevrolet dealership right there.
Okay.
We're talking 100 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
How does that make me?
101.
101.
I don't know. Quit complaining. You're doing just fine.
Okay, boss.
All right, folks. We'll remind you coming up on March the 16th, which is this Friday. Anybody?
Yeah, today's the 14th. You're right.
Yeah. Kerry Hassel and the Nickel Roll Band will be performing their variety show. It'll feature country, blues, and bluegrass. Showtime is 7 p.m. Tickets are $10 at the door. Then the next night on the 17th, radio listeners, a Rook tournament at the Nickel Roll Music Hall will be at 3 o'clock p.m. this Saturday. Entry fee is $20 per team. Prizes will be awarded to the top 3 teams, and concessions are available. And then on Saturday, March the 31st, the Grandview Pickers will be in concert at the Nickel Roll Music Hall. Once again, showtime is 7 p.m. Tickets $10. This will be a bluegrass and gospel show.
They're good.
Are they?
I heard them.
Oh, all right. Well, they got Pawpaw's approval, so come see them. They must be real good if you said that.
I like gospel.
Well, I knew that.
Better than bluegrass. I like country.
I like country.
I like country.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll hear you on that one. Pre-K registration, folks, gets underway on March the 21st at Rigsby Elementary School. Now, each day it'll be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The first day they'll be at Rigsby, that's the 21st. Then on the 22nd, they'll be at Wheeler Elementary, and the 23rd at Pikeville Elementary. Please bring the child who will be 4 by August the 15th of this year. They need the child's birth certificate, a certified copy, the child's social security number, immunization record and physical, proof of residence, that could be a water bill or electric bill, and proof of income or food stamp case number. What it says.
As a substitute teacher, I've been in the vocational, high school, middle school, and elementary school, but I've not been in kindergarten yet.
I wonder why.
Too old, I reckon.
God, he's not gonna let. That's gonna be today's theme. I can done tell. Done tell. Well, kindergarten will be easy. All you do is tie shoes and take them to the bathroom.
Wipe a nose.
Tell them to take a nap. Be a lot easier than some of the other stuff, other classes.
I could handle that.
Need Coach Pete, like teach PE, fill in for Dustin.
That would be nice.
That's the gravy job right there.
There you go. But you got to win games.
You got to win games.
You got to win games if you're a coach. Oh, he's not a coach.
You're not coaching. You're
not coaching. You're just training athletes.
I don't know if I call all of them athletes. It's PE.
Well, you got to.
Some of them will be. Some of them will be trying to get out of the class. That's the way it was in high school. When I was in school, I remember a lot of people trying to hide and get out of it.
Would a kid do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I guarantee that. And the Senior Center wants you to know they're rescheduling their monthly meeting Due to conflicts, the Bledsoe Senior Center will hold their monthly meeting and potluck lunch. That's going to be for members and guests on March 21st. It'll start at 10:30 a.m. And radio listeners, this Saturday is the Mount Crest Volunteer Fire Department's monthly breakfast. They're starting that back. I think this is your favorite.
They have homemade preserves and jellies.
Yeah, he likes that. You mention that every time, don't you?
Well, it's good.
Yeah,
better.
Better, yeah. No offense to the others, y'all are good too.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
a store-bought apple jelly is not as good as a homemade strawberry preserve.
I agree. Well, anyway, it's going to be from 6 to 10 a.m. And once again, it's at the Mount Crest Fire Hall. And let's see here. It says something about donations. No, they're going to be open. They want you to know also they're going to be open this Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for donations. All proceeds go for the upkeep of the fire hall, gas equipment used during a fire, or setting up for helicopter landing.
Wow.
It's a lot. All right, this would be just for radio listeners because this is tonight. Maryville College Concert Choir will be in concert at the listen at me all tongue tied, at the Pikeville United Methodist Church, which is right here on Main Street. That's going to start at 7 p.m. tonight. And I think you better bring some food. You don't have to, but since it benefits the Bledsoe County Food Bank, you have to bring something. Or what good would it do them?
Well, you'd feel guilty if you didn't.
Yeah, I would. I don't know if everybody would, but yeah, I would. And the Pikeville's farmers market got really popular, about last spring. Well, they're coming back this spring, officially on April the 7th, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. This will be each Saturday. You can come out and support your local farmers market. Shop local and support your neighbors. The 2018 Pikeville Farmers Market vendor forms can be picked up at the Chamber of Commerce office at Pikeville's new municipal building on 25 Municipal Drive, right next to you.
They changed it to Municipal Drive.
What was it before?
It was College Street.
Oh, okay.
And they told me I could keep my address.
Well, that's my soul.
So by George, I'm still on College Street.
You ain't right, Papa. Anyway, completed forms can be hand delivered opening day, which once again is April 7th, 6 a.m. And you can also complete the online at the Chamber of Commerce office. So, but good news, that'll be
homegrown tomatoes. Homegrown tomatoes are not available yet.
No, I'll be a little bit on that, won't it? But that's okay. They have other stuff.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Better.
You got some announcements.
I have one right here that I'd like to tell you about. The Pikeville United Methodist Church is wanting everyone to understand that they have the open table coming up on Tuesday, March the 20th, and it will be from 11:30 to 12:30. You've got 1 hour to eat. They won't charge you anything for the meal.
Right.
They'll take up an offering. They don't preach a sermon, but they give you food and they give you friendship. You would call the office and talk to their pastor. His name is Greg Smart by dialing 447-2951. They do this on a pretty regular basis. Way to go, Methodist.
Yeah, every month.
Ricky Brown has a memorial scholarship breakfast in his honor. It will be held on March the 24th from 7 to 10. That gives you 3 hours to eat your breakfast.
That'll give you just enough time, won't it?
Yeah, about right. Squatchy Valley Electric Cooperative will be the host building for the food, which will consist of eggs and bacon and sausage, gravy and biscuits and fried potatoes. That'd be a good way to gain some weight. Their drinks will include juice and milk and coffee and water.
That's what it says.
The sponsor, all the proceeds from this meal will go to the Ricky Brown Memorial Scholarship Fund. Also, in conjunction with the breakfast, there will be a hog raffled off. The tickets are $5 a piece. Can you imagine getting a 400-pound hog for $5? Or you can get 5 tickets for $20. And the drawing is going to be held that morning at 10 o'clock in the morning. So
There'll
contact.
be a lot of people there for that.
Yeah. I hope I don't get a hog. What would I do with it? Seth Brown,
We'll figure it out.
Chase Brown, and Drake Brown, the sons, would like for you to contact them about this meal or any donations, I guess. The telephone numbers are 423-326-5960 or 443-8741. And the young man, Drake, is 619-2252. The Ricky Brown Memorial Tournament, having a breakfast. That's good.
It's not a tournament, but yeah, it's a breakfast.
That's what they do with they have a tournament, a golf tournament every year for him at there.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. The Ricky Brown, they do a lot of good with that.
Well, that's good.
There will be a community Easter egg hunt out at the Mount Crest United Methodist Church. That's on Highway 30 West. It will be Saturday, March the 24th. That'll be a week from this Saturday.
Yeah.
At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, there will be the Easter Story, Easter Crafts, Bake Sale, Joyce Carol with Wesley and friends, pictures with the Easter Bunny, Easter egg hunt, cookies and drinks. That is at Mount Crest United Methodist Church.
That sounds good.
And also at 554-4442, if you'll call that number, you can register to get your animal spayed or neutered by calling the Second Chance Pet Group. They want you to call them. They're there volunteering to help you out with your animal. So call them by dialing, what did I say that number was?
4442.
554-4442.
Fix
your critter, prevent a litter, be a part of the solution. Well, they've been around for a while.
7 years.
Thank you, Lord. They do a tremendous service for this community.
Yeah, they really do. There'd be even more strays running around.
They used to come up on my back porch and eat my dog food. They don't anymore.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
I remember that. You don't have that problem no more?
No.
Well, you can thank these people.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Thank you, Second Chance.
Or the pet owners that had their animals spayed or neutered.
Oh, yeah, that helps too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how you doing, Mr. Gabe?
Doing good.
Well, we're glad you're here with us today. You probably saw him a lot of high school, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw him a few times.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
I was down there 7 years.
Well, right. That's why I said that. So, Gabe, you had a huge year in football this year. Tell us a little bit about that. You got voted, Mr. Football for Tennessee?
Yep.
That's a big deal, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not just one section of Tennessee, all of Tennessee.
Right.
3 divisions. You got West Tennessee and East Tennessee and Middle Tennessee, and you're the whole kit and caboodle.
It's pretty dang good, isn't it?
I would like, if I were his mother and father, I'd be a proud parent.
I think it's a safe bet.
Yeah, I would.
I think they are.
And if I were anybody included in UTC administration, I'd be also glad that he's there.
Yeah, that's true, because you got recruited by a lot of different folks, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Well, there's some SEC schools interested in you?
Yeah, but none of them came up with a scholarship, though. But,
Yeah.
you know, kind of talked to me some.
That's pretty cool right there, too. So what made you decide UTC?
UTC, there was a lot of things, but some of the main things was just really the new coaching staff. Like, you know, most coaches, when you go to play football in college, you know, they're just like, all that they're worried about is football.
Yeah.
And, you know, these coaches want you to, they're not just worried about football. They worry about you as like a student and just as a person. And then football is,
That makes a big difference. So that's what impressed you the most? Yeah.
Well, there might be some SEC coaches that would fit that same mold, but I dare say that that's more what you would run into in the Southern Conference and things like that.
Yeah.
And that's good. Of course, but let me tell you, by the same token, every once in a while you run into a fine coach, and I think they've got one.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
The head coach?
Yeah.
Tom Arth.
Yeah, he's new, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's why. Where did their other one go, though? He was pretty successful. Where did he go to?
I have no idea.
The one right before him. Richmond.
Well, now their basketball coach wound up at LSU.
I know.
They go to they start in the NIT.
Who cares about that though?
Nobody interested tournament.
Yeah, that's the nobody cares tournament. So he's not doing that good.
Well, he won 18, lost 15.
That's not that good, really.
But it's better than 500.
I guess. Anyway, back to Gabe. You know.
Kick that football. Hey, UTC being closer to home will probably encourage more fans from this base over here
I think so,
to attend those games.
Yes, definitely.
so.
Because they've got something to watch over there on the field every game they go to, and it'll be. But I bet you if you don't ever enter the game to kick, you'd be tickled to death, wouldn't you? If they're winning the game and don't need you to kick, man, it's all right.
I mean, if they're winning, yeah.
I have a feeling he'll be kicking quite a bit. I've heard people say that there's a good chance you could get the starting kicker position right off the bat. What do you think about that?
Now, I mean, it's not a guarantee, but it can happen. So, I mean, I'm just trying to work hard to get it. I'm not really expecting them to give me anything.
Right.
I mean,
Well, is it open competition?
Yeah.
For the starting position. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, that's fair. Because sometimes they give the upperclassmen that position no matter what.
Experience. But you've got stats that backs up your claim to be the starting kicker.
Yeah.
That's true.
Those stats will stand you in good stead.
How'd you feel when you won Mr. Football for Tennessee?
It was a great feeling.
I bet.
I don't know. I just never really expected it to happen, but it was just really surprising.
That's awesome, though.
You get a trophy?
I saw you on. I saw him on TV. I don't know where you were though. There was other people, I guess, that had won that award too. And y'all were all up on stage. I don't know what I was watching. It was on Channel 18. I was watching it, but I can't remember. Do you know? Then why are you raising your hand?
No.
Okay.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I thought she was raising her hand like she knew. I think it was in Nashville. It was Nashville. Okay. I knew I'd saw that somewhere. So, what other schools caught your attention, though? Was it UTC right off the bat, or were you considering maybe going somewhere else?
The first school that ever talked to me was Texas San Antonio, and I mean they just straight up offered, like,
really right off the bat,
pretty much. But I mean, you know, I kind of had to tell them that it's too far for me.
Yeah.
So then after that, after that there was some, like schools that were actually talking like to actually give me maybe a scholarship, or Middle Tennessee.
That's good.
Tennessee, I guess a little bit, but I don't know. It's kind of a messed up deal there, but
yeah, I'm kind of surprised they didn't really go after you. But I mean, Butch Jones is an idiot. But you know, other than that, I'm surprised they didn't go after you.
He's a brother to Holly.
Yeah, the Lady Vol coach is a dummy too, but that's another story. Philip Fulmer needs to. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, they should have recruited you, man. That's on them. That's their loss, is the way I see that. And UTC's gain. Now, I guess it'll start, in late August is when the season will get underway for you?
I actually think it might start in September.
Oh, okay, yeah.
At the very beginning of it, maybe.
You'll probably have to start training and practicing, though, July?
I go up there in June.
That's June. God. Hottest time of the year, you'll be on the football field, won't you?
Yeah.
Man.
But I'd say that you learned enough in high school under the coaching staff that you had to realize that you can learn more, because you're going to have coaches that are more advanced in their knowledge of the game than what you had in high school.
Yeah.
So your skills will be honed so that you will become a better punter than you are now, as far as distance, quickness of getting your delivery off, or whatever, because they're there, they're making money to train the boys that they have in their care, and they're going to take good care of you.
And that's good. That's important. And he said that's what kind of swayed him to go there.
I don't know.
Treat you like a person instead of just a statistic. Maybe.
Well, also that means they want you to make good grades.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that won't be a problem for you, I'm sure. Are you getting excited about it, or are you a little nervous?
A little bit of both. I mean, it's going to be different.
That definitely.
Going without my family and stuff, but it's just 40 minutes away from home. So.
That's what I was about to say, but it's close enough where I'm sure they'll be able to come watch all your games.
Mm-hmm.
Might come over every night and tuck you in bed.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I'll tell Sunshine to stay away.
Well, what is UTC looking like this upcoming year? Can you tell us that? Are you guys a young team? Because I didn't really hear much about them last year. They didn't have that great of a year last year, did they?
They didn't make a lot of waves.
But they have been doing good up until that point.
They they had a rough season last year, but it was a completely new coaching staff.
That's hard.
And I mean, it's just everything was just so much different. But I think that they'll be a lot better this year. Yeah. And we have the 3rd ranked recruiting class in the SoCon, I think.
Oh, really?
So
that's good.
No, in all of FCS.
Oh, that's even better. That's real good right there then. Yeah.
Wow.
So you're probably number 1 in the Southern Conference, I would say.
Probably.
Well, that's real good.
Yeah.
And now they're going to be even better because they got you, right?
One year UTC beat UT.
Yeah,
football?
they did.
Oh,
they
yeah.
did. Well, when was it?
Well, when back when I was in high school, or when I was a young man, because I remember one of our men from one of our boys from Pikeville got arrested, I think, over celebrating. I think the sheriff in Hamilton County got arrested. I was just kidding on that. But
well,
I mean,
that would have been a good story. You should have just ran with that.
Let me tell you, UTC beat UT. It was big stuff.
That is a big deal.
Big stuff.
Because it hasn't happened since.
Well, no, but
we don't really play them
I don't
anymore,
think
that's
the reason. They don't want to be embarrassed again.
Yeah.
Well, we play them next year.
Next
year. Oh, do you?
Yeah. What about that?
14-6, I believe, was the score that year.
Is it going to be in Knoxville or Chattanooga?
Oh,
it'll be in Knoxville. Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be in Knoxville.
Yeah, they need to come to Chattanooga some too.
Yeah, but 105,000 versus what, 30?
Well, still.
Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean UTC. What do y'all got? 25?
About 20, I think.
Yeah, they would not. They would not go down there.
Well, they should.
No, they shouldn't. There's too much money involved.
Well, it'd still be pretty cool. I just wish they would.
Okay. Keep on wishing.
I know.
Wish for your Christmas present.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely have to come see you play, Gabe. That's exciting. Is there anything you want to tell people before we go?
Yeah, I just
you got a lot of fans out there.
Yeah, I like thank all my fans, everybody that supported me through it. It means a lot to me, even though you might not realize it. I want to thank Coach Thorell. I never really had a coach before that really helped me and did anything with me, really, because they just really didn't know anything about kicking, and Coach Thorell has helped me a lot.
Good.
So, yeah, and I want to thank God for giving me this opportunity and everything that He's done for me.
That's it. You thanked everybody, and of course, your parents.
Of course,
been a big support system, hadn't you? Well, you seem really humble and not full of yourself, and I think that's what makes you so likable, and that's why a lot of people are rooting for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and I wish you the best of luck over there. I think you're going to have an outstanding college career, buddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're behind you.
That's right. All right, folks, after the break, more Albert and Billy Show coming up. Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV. Papa, he's switched up the trivia on me, folks. This is week 4. Today it's called, what'd you call it? Wise Sayings.
And not necessarily mine. No, not mine. From Wise.
And we still have Gabe with us. He's going to co-host with us today. So, glad to have you still here, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll get more intelligent right now by listening to Papa's wise sayings.
Well, while you were gone, I told him how Mark Twain got his name.
Did you?
Yeah.
I forgot. How was it?
I'm not going to tell you. Mark Twain is one of those thumbnail sketches of people I wanted to do. You won't know.
You did do. I thought you were going to do that.
Well, I'm going to. If you want, ever I can slip one in on you. Okay, here's some wise sayings that I gleaned from all those hard days at school.
I know it.
Okay, this one is by Martin Luther King, famous person.
Famous person, absolutely.
He said,
holiday and everything.
Yes. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only love can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Martin Luther King. Very smart observation.
Right.
The second one, again, is by Martin Luther King.
Feeling the love for him today, aren't we?
Well, this will be the last one.
Okay.
I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Hate is too great a burden to bear. And he was the one that advocated back during the days of the civil unrest, peaceful means instead of retaliation.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. I agree with him on that.
And if you'll remember, I told you about Billy Graham. He died last week. We had his funeral. Mm-hmm. And when Billy Graham was here in Chattanooga in 1953, they built the field house at Warner Park for Billy Graham's crusade. And when Billy Graham got up to preach, of course we're talking 53. This is pre-60s. There's no civil unrest. The blacks knew their place. The whites knew their place. And so to hear him preach that night, the blacks had to sit in the segregated section. It was roped off. And the ushers had the blacks to sit where they were told them to. And Billy Graham gets up to preach, and he sees this. And he asks the head usher to move the ropes. And he refuses.
Really?
And Billy Graham says, well, I don't want to preach to a segregated audience. The usher quit and walked off his job.
Dang, he was offended.
Billy Graham walked down off the podium by himself and removed all the ropes, and then got up and said to God and everybody, I will never preach to a segregated audience anymore. And he didn't.
Well,
but bear in mind, this was 53 before the 60s and all the unrest and the violence and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But Rosa Parks, what she did
going on in the 50s, though.
Okay, Rosa Parks, what she did on sitting down on that bus, that was in the 50s. Okay.
Well, that played a big part in it, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, number 3. He was the only president who didn't blame the previous administration for all his troubles.
I've never seen any of them do that. They all blame him.
The first one.
Oh, of course.
George Washington. I thought that was pretty smart.
That was a trick, Gabe.
Now this one is by George Washington. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience.
What's breast got to do with it?
In your chest, in your heart.
Okay.
Keep that spark alive.
Gotcha.
It's celestial. It's put there by God.
I'm sorry, but that's funny a little bit.
Number 5. We won't do these anymore. I'd rather ask you hard questions you'll never answer. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt by the heart. Helen Keller.
Well, she would know because she was blind.
Right.
Correct?
Okay. In school, you're taught a lesson and given a test.
Yeah.
In life, you're given a test that teaches you a lesson.
Yeah. I don't like them either.
It's tougher that way. It's a lot easier in school to be taught a lesson than take a test.
I agree.
But in life,
it's right
it's right the opposite, buddy. Okay, number 7. Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud. Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud.
Try to cheer somebody up.
I got that out of one of my crossword puzzles. The size of a house has nothing to do with how happy it is inside.
I agree with that.
That might have been Albertology.
Might have been.
Number 9. To follow the example of the sunflower and always look on the bright side. The sunflower turns its head toward the sun. Okay, the last one.
Is that why it's called sunflower?
Might be. If you have a dream in life, shoot for it. You'll miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's right. So go for it, is what you're saying.
So Gabe's got a good goal here he's shooting for. He's wanting to be the punter of the UTC Moccasins.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going for it.
Yep.
Now, Gabe, do you know where the UTC Moccasins got their name, Moccasins?
I doubt it.
I've heard it, but I can't. It's been a long time ago.
Okay.
I can't remember.
There is an area over there in Chattanooga where the mental hospital is called the Moccasin Bend.
Yeah.
And so there is an Indian lore involved in the usage of the UTC moccasins as their
I thought it was going to say
like volunteers.
Moccasin Band.
No.
Okay, I got you now.
Okay, sports of all sorts.
Sports of all sorts, Gabe.
Basketball first.
All right.
Go back to last Sunday.
Well, congratulations to Tennessee Vols, the men, for making the SEC Tournament Championship.
They did.
They're trying to win it for the first time since 1979. A 38-year drought.
39 years.
That's a big drought. And they didn't come through. They lost.
Who to?
Kentucky, who struggled all year long, and then they win the SEC Tournament.
And they were not even ranked in the top 25.
No.
By the way, you know where UT is?
That was their 31st SEC Tournament title.
Yeah, 31st.
Tennessee has 4, and they're actually in 3rd place. So it goes to show you Kentucky's dominated.
Well, but Tennessee dominated Kentucky this year. They beat 2 out of 3.
It's hard to beat a good team 3 times in any sport. So
3rd time's charmed.
Yeah.
And the Kentucky fellows from the Bluegrass State.
And they were fired up. They wanted some revenge.
Oh,
So they had that extra
you
motivation.
beat us twice. You rubbed our nose in the dirt. We're tired
They
of
did.
it. But Tennessee should have won that game the way they played after they had their bad start.
I agree. They played a great
They
second
played a
half.
good 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. This got off to a bad start.
But I said Kentucky's not ranked. Tennessee now, with a 25-8 mark,
Mm-hmm.
are ranked number 13 in the nation. Guess where
Good.
they were rated in the SEC out of 14 teams when the season started? Number 13.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
So they really overachieved.
Well,
Big
they're
time.
the polls, everything they
Coaching.
took, they said Tennessee's not got it this year. We'll put them down here at number 13.
Well, they were wrong, weren't they?
So they were ranked 13th in the SEC, and they're ranked
No,
13th in the whole USA.
That's pretty dang good.
But that last
But
game,
Rick Barnes, I'm telling you, he's a good coach. He's a good coach.
he's a good coach. Yeah, and one of the things I've got to say down the road, if I ever get a chance to slip by and not ask the questions you want to ask, why did Texas get rid of him?
I do not know. Do you know the answer?
I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad they did, yeah. 'Cause
Well,
it's helped Tennessee out a lot, but I don't know why they did. He was at Texas for years and had a lot of success.
had a lot of success. But probably,
Oh.
but why did Tennessee get rid of Phil Fulmer?
Well, the reason they gave was he wasn't recruiting well anymore.
But though he had a good record, what have you done for me lately is what everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that
Fulmer did decline.
I'm thinking maybe that Barnes
Maybe so.
lacked a little luster of what he had done in previous years, and they thought we can improve on that.
Maybe that's, and it's really blew up in their face. They haven't
Well,
at all.
they hired Shaka Smart in his place.
Yeah,
Shaka Smart this year was 18 and 15.
exactly.
Go figure.
I
And
know.
Barnes was 24 wins and 8 losses. 25 wins and 8 losses.
Yeah, that's good for Tennessee.
I think our ladies are ranked 13th in the nation too. I really do.
Well, deserve to be.
Well, they've won 24 and lost 7.
Yeah, but that's a bad. See, that just goes to show you, that's a bad year for the lady.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's a good
Lose
year
7
for the
games.
men.
Lose 7. But now the big dance,
It's
Tennessee.
the way they played, though. It's why Holly's in the hot seat, though. It's the way they play. Even when they win ugly. There's no offense. I don't know what she calls that, but a grammar school could run that offense. All they do is dribble, run the clock down, and then shoot. Or they'll throw it inside to Mercedes Russell, and everybody in the whole building knows what they're going to do.
They're going to triple team her.
Yeah, and they still force it into her, and what does that lead to? Turnovers. And they turn the ball over way too much.
Way too much.
But hey, I hope they win the whole thing. It's just hard to feel that they're going to the way they've been playing, though.
Well, Tennessee now, the men, they play Wright State.
Mm-hmm.
They're from a different conference, of course, but
I
they're
don't know where they're from. Do you know where they're from? I don't know.
It's not a big school.
no. Well, they're
Like a
seated.
mid-major.
They're seated number 14.
Okay.
But they've also won 25 ball games. But I guess competition it would be subpar compared to Tennessee.
Yeah, but there's always Cinderella, so to speak.
Right.
There's always a little school that
But now
upsets somebody.
They play tomorrow. I believe they play about
Both
noon.
play. The women and men play tomorrow.
That tournament, the part that they're in, the region they're in is in Dallas,
Mhm.
Dallas, Texas.
The Lady Vols got lucky. They get to host 2 games. Their first
At
2
Knoxville.
games in Knoxville.
And Liberty is their first opponent.
Yeah. And literally, they should stomp Liberty, but they'll probably play down to them, and they'll either win ugly or they'll get upset.
Well, here again, you got a big South Conference versus the SEC. And the SEC is supposed to be one of your 5 power conferences.
Yeah, definitely.
So-
Definitely.
So there you go.
That's awesome that you're getting recruiting attention from SEC schools. That had to make you feel good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Which ones were like coming after you the most from the SEC?
Let's
You said
see.
SEC, and it just made me think of it.
There's really just 2. I mean,
Who were they?
They weren't like coming after me
Well,
really hard, but like
Yeah,
just the
and
ones that
showing
talked to
interest.
me
Yeah.
was Alabama and Tennessee.
Oh, wow. That's good.
It's 2 pretty big ones.
That's I'd heard Ole Miss. Did they?
Oh well, Ole Miss did a little bit, but I kind of always knew that they wasn't gonna.
You did know.
Yeah, because they they lost scholarships this year. They got in trouble for recruiting.
Yeah, their coach
So,
got Hugh Freeze got in some trouble, didn't he?
So
I can't remember what he done. He was on something about prostitution or something,
I don't remember that now.
or watching
Well, the scandal is not
something
over.
like that.
The big scandal that got Kentucky in trouble, Rick Pitino and all that. Not Kentucky. Louisville.
Have you heard about that, Gabe?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's going on. Well, it's not affected football yet.
It's basketball
but I'd
right
say
now.
it will.
oh, were they paid some
Yes.
player or something? Yeah, I did.
Just
hear about that.
$100,000.
Yeah. Was it Louisville?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Well,
maybe
they
think it was
He's like
He's
a
got-
Hall of Fame coach, man.
You've got
He knows
Auburn
better.
involved, and you've got Arizona State.
Arizona's coach, boy, he denies it to the end.
Well, yeah. But now, this SEC, I mean the big dance, the NCAA.
Yeah.
2 of the former coaches at Tennessee will be participating in that tournament.
Yeah, Bruce Pearl and Kunzo Martin.
Yeah, Auburn and Missouri.
I know.
And you said we had 8 teams.
So Tennessee, Auburn, Missouri, Kentucky,
Alabama.
Alabama got in?
Florida.
Florida, yeah, of course.
Who else?
Mississippi State, maybe?
Texas A&M.
Oh, yeah. They were ranked for
Arkansas.
a small part of the year. Arkansas plays Butler.
Oh,
And Butler's always a little school that upsets
there's your
schools.
little Cinderella team. Somebody like
You know, they about won the national championship one year against Duke. They made it to the finals, and they just lost by like 2 points. It come down to the last shot. And Butler is a school like probably smaller than UTC, Gabe.
In a tournament, you never know.
Yeah.
In the tournament, you never know. Okay.
No, you don't.
Softball.
Softball.
The
okay.
Lady Vols had a tournament at home over the weekend. Not a tournament. They entered SEC play.
Oh, yeah.
The tournament was last time. And they swept Missouri. And
Good.
the Lady Vols are now coming on with a 24-1 record.
Dang, they're off to a good start.
Well, they're
Where are they ranked?
number 4. Number 4. And golf.
He always throws in golf.
Listen, they had a tournament last weekend in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
Valspar. And
Wait, what? That's the town?
no, Valspar was the name of the tournament.
Oh, gotcha.
Valspar.
Gotcha.
And listen, he didn't. Tiger Woods didn't win it,
No.
but a fellow by the name of Casey, Paul Casey, won it, and he won $1,700,000 for those 4 days' work. But the second, he won by one
Poor
stroke.
feller,
He
I
won
tell
by
you.
one stroke over a fellow by the name of Paul Reed, I think,
Well, he probably got some money
and
too.
Tiger Woods.
Oh, Tiger come in third.
Second, he was tied for second.
second. So
The-
he's making a good comeback then.
He
Slowly but surely.
He shot 4 rounds, 4 days, and subpar every day. Every day.
Golf is the
shot
one
under par.
sport I don't really know much
Well,
about.
if the par is 72 and you shoot a 71, you broke par.
Okay.
And he played 4 straight days and did not go above. He was under par. But here's the thing about it: when Tiger is on the course, it helps golf.
Mhm.
It helps the
Yeah.
fans. It
He's
helps
the
the
superstar.
sponsors.
Yeah.
And it helps the clubhouse wherever the tournament's being held.
Golf needs him until another person comes up that has that star quality
You've got,
about him.
well, charisma is what he has.
Mhm.
Charisma. He has less hair, and he's not the Tiger of old. But listen, he's stalking. He's stalking. And the other players know it.
Okay.
The other players know it. Okay.
Well, that's good.
Last week,
yeah.
after the smoke settled and the SEC tournament was over,
Mhm.
Georgia let their coach Mark Fox hit the trail.
And
After
they were,
9 years,
yeah.
they're good enough to get in the NIT this year. And the players voted and the school voted not to participate. Mark Fox
Well,
said,
nobody cares about it.
"No, I know it, but LSU's going."
Well, good for them. But anyway, what?
But what
so
I'm
they
saying
fired
is,
him?
Georgia will get another coach, and Mark Fox is young enough; he'll get another school.
Oh yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
ready to hang it up yet.
No.
But heck, Bruce Pearl is going to get. Not Bruce Pearl. What was the name of our football coach that we didn't like?
Butch Jones.
I think he's going to go to school at Alabama.
Is that who you were talking to?
Butch Jones when he
Mhm.
was at Tennessee.
Mhm.
I
it's
did
his
meet
staff.
him. Yeah,
It was his
yeah.
staff.
It was his staff.
Were
Well,
they
you've
idiots
got-
like him?
Do what?
Were they idiots too?
Yes.
I knew it. I'm so glad you were honest about
Probably
that.
worse. honestly.
Really? That's awesome.
Thing about it is,
That just made my day.
No, Butch Jones was the one that I liked.
Really?
It was that bad.
you've
That's
got
bad. That's bad.
you've got I think 10 coaches on staff now at a major university, but you've got
Yeah.
one that's probably more responsible for recruiting than any other.
Oh yeah.
They don't get out here on the field and take part in everyday activities.
No, some
They're
of them specialize
busy
in that.
going to the home of that recruit or visiting the mother and daddy and maybe offering $100,000 here. I told you a while ago that the scandal's not over. And
No,
Bruce
sure.
Pearl is taking Auburn to the big dance.
Yeah.
And they had a fabulous year.
Mm-hmm.
But he's living under the cloud because the assistant coach that used to play for Auburn, Chuck Person, was one that had to give up his position and get fired.
Yeah, so they're going to come after Bruce now. You know they want to get Bruce Pearl because he's got caught before at Tennessee.
Yeah. Okay, let me
But I
mention.
don't think he's dumb enough to do that again.
No, but see, a man on his staff got the axe.
They're probably thinking that Bruce should have known about it.
Right. Okay. Let me
probably
mention
did.
soccer. Let me mention soccer.
You got 5 minutes.
Soccer in Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Listen, this is the truth.
I bet it is.
Atlanta has a team, Atlanta United, and they played DC United over the weekend in a soccer match. 73,045 people came to watch them play football with that little white ball.
Soccer.
It's soccer, but in the rest of the world, it's called football.
Is soccer called football in the rest of the world, or is that rugby?
No,
Might be rugby.
It's soccer. Rugby is rugby.
But anyway,
Soccer
can you?
is called football.
Well, I'm going to Google it after the show.
Okay. I could be wrong. I made a mistake one time. Listen,
I don't know.
He's not wrong.
what I'm asking is this: is soccer on a footing equal to Europe and the other parts of the world where soccer is number one? 73,000 fans came to a soccer match
Yeah, that's a huge number of fans
for a game.
for in
a game
America.
of soccer?
Because soccer is nowhere near as popular here as it is in other countries.
No.
No. It's
Well,
like huge
what would you
in
say is
Mexico and Europe, you said,
Europe,
but Mexico.
Italy, yeah, Mexico. I'll tell you what, some of those teams that compete in the Olympics,
Yeah.
their players are probably revered more than God in some of those countries. And when they come back from the Olympics and they don't have the gold medal,
They're shunned.
some of their friends might lose their jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad.
Yeah, that is bad.
That's bad.
That's a lot of pressure to put on somebody.
Well, what I'm saying is it's too much of a reverence.
Mm-hmm.
Those players should not be expected to carry that heavy a load and that heavy a burden.
No, they're still just human. But speaking of soccer, though, didn't the high school get their first soccer team now, Gabe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They lost 4-0, wasn't it?
I think so,
But still, they fielded a team.
yeah,
Exactly.
I think their first game was maybe Tuesday.
I heard the
don't
score.
Yeah, I believe it was one day this week, wasn't it?
Well,
And
that
that's
would've
the first time we've ever had a soccer team at the high school.
Yeah. Well,
So that's good.
that's good. That's sports of all sorts.
All right. Well, that's sports for you folks. Coming up after the break, good old Albertology right here on the Albert and Billy Show.
Right.
Have you ever gotten a phone call from a number that looks suspiciously like your own? It has your area code, the first 3 digits are the same as your own number, so you answer it.
Hi, this is Jessica. You've just won a free vacation to the Bahamas.
Don't worry, you're not the only one getting these calls. Tens of thousands of Americans report that they receive these every day from similar numbers. So what are they? They're a specific type of robocall. Typical robocalls are pre-recorded messages, usually for political campaigns, public announcements, and yes, telemarketing. Your run-of-the-mill robocall will be from a randomized number, but now, telemarketers are using a technique called neighbor spoofing. That's what makes the number look similar to yours. The idea is that, well, if the first few numbers look like your own phone number, you'll answer. You may think it's from a relative, an old friend from your hometown, your kid's school, or a neighbor. And robocalling is a lucrative business. Some pretend they're the IRS. Some pretend it's a down payment for a vacation giveaway. In fact, a robocall center uncovered in India in 2016 was found to be generating around $150,000 every day from American consumers. It's estimated that people received around 2.5 billion robocalls per month in 2016. So, are these robocalls illegal? Well, robocalls made by computerized autodialers, they're illegal. They call randomly inputted phone numbers at high speeds. But not all robocalls are illegal. Back in 1991, when telemarketing calls were becoming more prevalent, the Federal Communications Commission created the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. It's been amended many times with the evolving technology of phones, and currently it differentiates legal robocalls from illegal ones. Here's a list of rules that businesses that want to make robocalls need to follow. But the act still hasn't prevented illegal robocalls from happening. In an August 2017 press release, the Federal Trade Commission said that robocalls are its #1 complaint, with more than 1.9 million complaints made within the first 5 months of 2017. The FTC is sending all complaints and attached phone numbers to cell phone carriers and app developers to create better countermeasures. But what are some things you can do to stop robocalls? To start, keep your number to yourself. Don't offer your number if signups or registrations for business services don't require you to. Second, sign up for the National Do Not Call Registry. This registry, set up by the FTC in 2003, won't block all robocalls, but it will block a majority of them. And registration is free. Finally, if you end up getting a robocall, let it go to voicemail. The TCPA states legal robocalls must provide a toll-free callback number to opt out, which you can call immediately after. If the call doesn't leave a voicemail, it may be an illegal robocall, so file a complaint with the FTC on their website. And if you're still getting harassed by what looks like your own number, there are several apps that you can use to block calls, such as NoMo Robo or Calls Blacklist.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV. And our special co-host today is Gabe Boring. How you doing, Gabe?
Good.
Good. He's hanging in there with us, Papa.
Well, we'll see how he does on Albertology.
Oh, yeah. It's always tricky. What is Albertology today? You said Mom's Rules.
Mama's Rules.
Mama's Rules.
Sent in by Lala. And
Thank you, Lala.
I have 10 of them, so here we go.
Mama's Rules, okay.
Winners develop the habit of doing those things that losers refuse to do.
Okay.
Number 2, we make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give.
That's true.
Mama's Rules.
Mama's Rules.
It's never right to do wrong. It's never wrong to do right.
Yep.
Mama's Rules. A person who is always wrapped up in himself makes a very small package.
Yeah, that's true.
Success is measured by how many people you help.
Never thought of it that way.
The person who is always harping on something is not necessarily an angel. You picture angels always playing a harp.
Allie's pointing at both of us.
I don't think that angels spend all their time playing a harp.
Yeah, I kind of think they're probably busy doing other things.
Do you know you got a guardian angel?
Yeah.
Can you imagine all the people that's ever lived? They've all got a guardian angel.
Yeah.
Matthew 18:10. Matthew 18:10 says we got a guardian angel. Listen, there's no way you can tell how many angels God invented. It says in the book of Revelation that they are thousands upon thousands and thousands of thousands. No, they're innumerable.
Right. And they're always looking after us, is what you're saying.
Matthew 18:10. Goals, like eggs, soon spoil unless hatched.
Well, that's true too.
Everyone deserves to be understood.
Right.
God always sees us, God always loves us, and God always understands us. The reason God understands us so well is because He sent His Son to live in a human body as a human being. So therefore
right.
God understands what we go through.
That's true.
If anyone speaks badly of you, live so no one will believe it.
Good advice from Mama's Rules.
If anyone speaks, no. If you wish to be loved, love. The largest room in the world is the room for improvement.
Well, that's a truth.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you need to improve.
You just did, didn't you?
Remember your label.
That's a dig at me, Gabe.
Remember your label. You're not made in China. You're not made in the United States. You're made by God.
That's right.
Okay.
Is that all Mama's Rules?
That's Mama's Rules. The happiest cities in America. I found this out today.
Okay.
The happiest cities in America. Fremont, California.
Of course, California. They got the best weather.
All right. Bismarck, North Dakota. How do you figure that?
I don't know. Pretty.
San Jose, California. That'd be South
North
California.
Cali.
Pearl City, Hawaii.
Of course. Look where they're living.
And Plano, Texas.
Don't understand that one.
Plano, Texas is where they make Plano tackle boxes.
It must make people happy.
The least happy cities in America are Detroit, Birmingham.
Yeah, they're never on a happy list, are they?
Birmingham.
Ooh,
Well, Detroit had a lot
Alabama.
of problem with their water. Huntington,
Yeah.
West Virginia, Gulfport, Mississippi, and Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm glad.
Those are the unhappiest?
Yeah. But now I'm glad Tennessee didn't make. I wish we
I
made
am
that.
too. I hate to see so many cities in the South be in the least happy. Detroit and the rest of them's in the South.
Yeah. Listen, the most unhealthy people in America live in the South.
Oh, did you find that out too?
Well, I knew that.
Oh,
It's too much fried chicken and
Probably.
chicken and gravy, I guess. I found this. I got this out of the paper last night. The richest people in Tennessee are Jeffrey Loberbaum. He's the owner of the Chattanooga the Mohawk Industries Incorporated.
Mohawk Industry.
He's worth $2.4 billion. The founder the founder of the Care Centers of America, the nursing chain.
Okay.
They're based over in Cleveland, Tennessee. His name is Forrest Preston. He's worth $1.48 billion. The Haslams, Jimmy.
One of them's our governor.
Our governor's bill. But Jimmy's worth $3.6 billion. And he owns the Pilot J flying,
Yeah.
what do you call it? Convenience stores for trucks.
What is
Truck
that called?
stops.
Yeah.
Truck stops. That's what they are. They're truck stops. And then Bill, his brother's, is worth $2.5 billion. Bless his heart.
He's the one that's the governor.
But he's the richest governor in the United States.
I'd say so.
And the fellow that owns Hospital Corporation of America, his name is Thomas Frist Jr. He has $8.1 billion. He could loan me $1, couldn't he?
They could loan you several.
And then the last one is the owner of, he founded the FedEx movement.
Wow. Well, he's going to be loaded too.
He's got $4.9 billion. Frederick Smith.
Out of Memphis.
Yeah.
Dang.
And this tournament that's going to start now, the March Madness,
Yeah.
that's how much money will be bet.
$10 billion will be bet on it. Goodness.
$10 billion. You know what that proves? People in America's got money and don't know what to do with it.
Apparently. But nobody ever gets that bracket right. You know, the March Madness bracket. That's impossible.
That would be hard to do.
That's impossible. Nobody can do that. Because there's always upsets.
We all had to fill one out today for statistics.
Did you?
Yeah. And,
Oh, man. If I'd known that, I'd had you bring it up here and we'll see how it plays out.
I cut one out of the paper. I'm gonna keep
Well, we need to show it next week.
Listen, Gabe, let me ask you a question. Did you ever remember seeing a Volkswagen Beetle, the car? Would you know what a Beetle is?
I think so.
One of our local doctors, Dr. Smith, had an office right over here just on
Like
Plymouth
the
Avenue.
dune buggies.
It was a little bitty car just rounded off. The Volkswagen Beetle,
remember his.
they're going to quit making them.
Oh,
Going to quit
why?
making them. They did once. And they did once and they came back, but they're going to let the little electric car take its place. This electric car, it's going to fly because too many other companies. Well, there's too many other companies getting involved.
Oh, yeah, but I don't think they're going to be able to sell a lot of them though because they're so expensive.
This is true, but I said
They'll have to lower that price.
people got money to wager on a basketball game. They got money to buy a good car with. Or
I guess we'll see.
children having a hard time going to have a hard time at Christmas
How
because
come?
toy makers are having trouble making toys.
Wow. Well, that's
Toys
weird.
R Us, they're going to liquidate their entire stock. Toys R Us.
That's like the main kid store.
Yeah, well,
in
it's
the
one of
country.
them. Then the ones that make toys like Mattel and Hasbro,
Yeah.
that makes them have trouble if their outlets that they sell to are having troubles.
Well, why are they having trouble?
Well, I would say probably more kids are interested in the little things that they play with the screen
Of course.
instead of toys. Now that's pure Albertology.
Well, that's why this segment is called Albertology.
This is another
But I
thing.
think you might be right on that, though.
John F. Kennedy said this. This is by Lala.
All right, La, let's hear it.
Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, to assure the survival and the success for liberty. And I think Trump is doing the same thing. He wants liberty to be worldwide. Okay, we're ready for
Well,
some
that's
jokes.
not easy.
Okay. I don't have my pencil.
He said, "Are you ready for jokes?" Now he said, "No."
All right. You talk about a boss.
Well, we told you got a little bit more time.
The world's smallest airplane is called the Bumblebee 2.
I wish you had a picture of it.
I had a picture of it.
Well,
I really did. It was built by Robert Starr in Tempe, Arizona. And it is 8 foot and 10 inches long.
goodness.
It weighs 396 pounds. And it can go 190 miles per hour.
Wow.
But I'm sure it's just a one-seater.
I was about to say, can anybody even fit in it?
Yeah.
Maybe one person would be it.
Can you imagine it? One
Or
person.
Two
in
people
it.
that have to be anorexic or something to get in it.
I'll bet you the Wright brothers didn't have this in
I
mind.
bet they didn't either.
No, they weren't wanting to do this.
That's crazy.
Well, I've got some Reader's Digest stories.
Okay. But I think Allie has maybe possibly found us a picture. Oh, let's see that.
That's it. It's yellow.
That's it. Oh, it does look like a bumblebee.
It's colored like one, isn't it? Painted like one.
Can the camera get that? That is the, what, world's smallest plane?
Bumblebee 2.
The Bumblebee 2.
World's smallest aircraft.
That's pretty cool.
I saw that in the paper. I cut mine out. I got the picture. But just little things like that interest me. And I'm
Well,
not,
that's good.
And you know I'm not going to get on a plane.
No, he won't fly.
Really?
Scared to death to fly. He'll say, I don't want to be on a plane because if it's the pilot's time to go, I don't want to be there. That's his theory on it.
Gabe, here's the thing. People make fun of me. If you're a Christian, you know you're going to die, but you don't know where or when.
Yeah.
So why should I endanger my life by being in a plane when it's the pilot's time to die?
Yeah, but you don't know if it's the pilot's time to die either.
So why chance it?
Well, if it's not your time to die, then you won't die.
Thank
That's
you.
right.
Thank you. Good comeback, Gabe.
I had never thought that far ahead.
You've missed out on so many trips that we've been on
These
because you will not fly.
Well, I won't fly if you beat me in the head and knock me out.
Would have to give you a Valium or something like they do. They literally do that to some people because
Really?
they're so scared. But it's not that. It's not scary, is it? It's not bad.
How would you?
Honestly, Papa, once you're in the air, if you shut your window, you really wouldn't even know you're flying.
Yeah, it's kind of
You
boring.
wouldn't know.
It's boring. Thank you. It is.
Really? Well, let me tell
You're
you.
not up in the air like scared to death the whole time.
Let me tell you
no.
this. This is true. This Methodist preacher was on a plane one day,
Okay.
and he had signed the ledger, Reverend John Smith. So they knew he was
John
a preacher.
Smith. Okay.
And while in flight from Chicago to Atlanta, the plane entered into a storm, and it was so turbulent that the people got scared on board the plane. The stewardesses they noticed that there was unrest. People were beginning to look around, and they're beginning
Turbulence doesn't happen often, but yeah.
it was
can
jerky.
get a
It was
little-
jerky.
Yeah.
Then finally, the stewardesses got scared themselves.
Well, that's
So
not
they-
good.
They came to this preacher because they noticed that he had signed Reverend John Smith.
Right.
And they said, Reverend, we don't want to bother you right now, but it looks like things are getting real scary around here. Do you think you could do something maybe churchy?
Churchy.
And he said, I took up an offering.
I took up an offering. That made him feel real good, I'm sure.
That's churchy, was it?
That was real churchy of him.
I'd at least prayed. I believe if
prayed.
I'd been all those people on board that plane, I'd have prayed too.
I bet they started praying.
Anyway, he was telling that to his church the next Sunday.
It's so weird when you fly now, like, I've flown before 9/11 and after, and it's so different. Like, before, to be honest, the security wasn't very good at all before. Now,
You
they're
can tell
very,
the
very strict, which they need to be, obviously, because that was,
Well, what do you
know,
think the answer?
horrible,
What do you think the answer is for schools and guns?
I know they're kind of facing the same problems.
Do you think?
The walkout was today, right?
Yeah, the planned walkout was today. But do you think that the Army,
Wait,
the
where's that at? Here?
Every school.
it's going to be
Public school,
all over?
mostly.
But now,
Did you
not,
guys do that today?
Yeah, we did.
not every school
Okay.
was going to participate, but they wanted them to, I think.
I know Dunlap had, if any of the students walked out, they got 2 days in school suspension.
Wait, okay, let's explain this walkout then, because I'm a...
Okay, after the shooting,
Yes, yeah.
there was a planned walkout for schools to participate in
Mm-hmm.
against gun violence and gun control.
Okay.
Okay?
To register their concern that something needs to be done.
Right. I can see
Some
that.
schools did it, like no problem, supported it. Other schools
Oh.
did not. I hadn't heard about Bledsoe.
Did y'all get
Yeah,
in trouble?
we got to do it. We
So y'all
just
didn't get in
went,
trouble for
No.
it. Well, that's good.
I know in Dunlap, if anyone did it, they got 2 days in school suspension. They want on
Really?
their record.
Well, it's strange that they're both different on that.
But there is a pendulum
Huh.
swinging that seems to indicate they're going to arm teachers.
Been hearing some stuff about
Yeah.
that. Yeah. But I don't know what the answer is.
No,
I really
Last
don't.
Sure
Friday,
you don't.
Dunlap went on lockdown.
Mm-hmm. And Pottville had an incident too, didn't you guys, about a week or two ago?
But I don't really know, but
Beef up. Every school's going to have a lot of security.
Well,
sad.
yeah,
Sad.
that would be one part of the answer.
Mhm.
But Trump was earlier taking a stance against the NRA,
Right.
but now that he seems to have reversed his stance a little bit there, and he's more in favor of the not being so abusive to the NRA. So I don't really know. I don't know the answer,
I don't know
but
what's
I'm pretty sure they will arm the teachers.
that may happen.
I'm pretty sure they will.
And then, of course, as soon as that happens, there's going to be a teacher that's a whack job.
Well,
and
not,
start shooting.
not only
That's
that,
what'll happen.
not only that, some student might grab that teacher's gun.
That's true. Well, it is time for jokes.
I'm going to do it right now.
All right.
For sale, 8 puppies from a German Shepherd and an Alaskan Husky. Instead of Husky. I read that and I thought I like that.
That's pretty good.
Now this is what responders gave about their landlords where they paid their rent.
Okay.
The first of the month has come and gone. And here are the responses that the landlords got from their tenants that they rented to.
Okay, let's see.
The first one said, "I didn't pay the rent because I'm saving up to move."
That's a number one excuse right there.
The second guy said, "Oh, come on, you're going to harass me on Valentine's Day?" The third one said, my last landlord had no problem with me paying late. This seems to be a real big issue with you."
Yeah. How dare they want their rent, right?
The other guy said, "Well, if I wasn't late with the rent, you'd never come to see me." And the last one, "I'm getting real tired of paying this rent every month. You'll just have to wait."
You just have to wait till I get the money.
And you know,
I'm sure people do really say stuff like that.
the first house we rented, the first apartment we rented was $20. No,
Can you imagine that?
In Pike,
$20 a month.
It was an apartment. But listen, I bet you if you picked up the Bledsoe today it came out today.
Yeah.
If you found a place for rent in Pikeville or Dunlap, I bet the average rent would be $450.
Oh yeah.
I bet it would be $450.
How can it go from $20 to $450?
We had a 3-room apartment, and we paid $20 a month. Okay.
That is crazy.
A customer.
Good old days. You lived in the good old days.
A customer went to the library, and she said she was looking for a book. She couldn't remember the title. She couldn't remember the author. And she couldn't remember the plot. But she said, now the cover's red.
Shoot.
That's a lot of help.
A lot of help.
I bet she could find one down here, could you?
Yeah.
What should you say to comfort a ruffled grammar fanatic?
A ruffled
Grammar fanatic.
Okay.
Have you ever heard her mother say to a little child, there, there, there?
Yeah.
Okay, there, T-H-E-R-E. There, T-H-E-I-R. There, the T-H-E-Y-R-E.
Yeah. That would get somebody like that.
The English language.
Yeah.
Which word becomes shorter after you add 2 letters? Short.
That's not fair. That was a trick.
It's shorter, but you add 2 letters.
Yeah, you're right.
Never leave alphabet soup on the stove and then go out. It could spell disaster.
It could. You're right.
A new patient handed me her medical history form. Under past traumas, she had written, married twice. Trauma?
That's pretty good.
Trauma?
One more.
Let me give you one of mine.
Yeah. I thought all these were yours. Okay.
Okay. A woman came.
Oh, 5 more minutes, so tell a
Okay.
few.
A woman came to the veterinarian with her pig, which appears to be sleeping. The woman waits as the vet inspects the pig. Then the vet comes out and tells the woman, "I'm sorry, but your pig is dead." The woman is shocked. She yells at the vet, "Are you serious? Did you run tests? He could just be in a coma or something."
Right.
The vet sighs and heads back to her office with the woman. The vet leaves the room and returns with a Labrador. And the dog, a Labrador retriever.
Okay, yeah.
The
I'm
dog
following.
approaches the pig and slowly sniffs him from head to toe.
Okay.
He looks up at the woman with sad eyes and walks out. The vet leaves and returns with a cat. The cat approaches the pig and stares at him for a solid 5 minutes. And then it meows loudly and exits the room.
So something's bad or wrong.
So the vet tells the woman, "See, your pig has definitely passed on."
Just because of that.
The vet walks to the register and hands the woman a bill for $300. The woman is outraged. She said, "You're charging me $300 just so you could tell me my little piggy died?" The vet said, "Well, it was $40, but you made me get a lab report and a CAT scan."
That's good. That's a good one.
I like that one.
So I guess the pig really was dead.
Yeah, the pig was dead. Going to cost you $40, find out.
That's just wrong.
During a physical, the doctor asked the patient about his daily activity level.
Okay.
He described a typical day as such. "Well, yesterday afternoon I waded along the edge of a lake. I drank 8 beers. I escaped from wild dogs in the heavy brush. Jumped away from an aggressive rattlesnake.
What a day.
Marched up and down several rocky hills. Stood in a patch of poison ivy. Crawled out of quicksand. And took 4 leaks behind fig trees."
4 leaks behind the fig trees.
Inspired by the story, the doctor said, "You must be one heck of an outdoorsman." Nah, just a lousy golfer."
He's a terrible golfer.
Bless his heart.
Sounds like me playing golf.
Yeah, exactly. That would be my experience with it for sure. He got stuck in quicksand. That's pretty bad.
These are answers from 5th graders and 6th graders on their test.
Okay, this should be good.
When we look at a drop of water under a microscope, we find that there are twice as many H's as there are O's.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Clouds just keep circling the earth around and around and around. There's not much else for them to do.
Right.
Clouds are high-flying fogs.
These are real answers, aren't they?
I'm not sure how clouds are formed, but the clouds know how to do it, and that's the important thing. We say perfume disappears because of evaporation. Right. Evaporation gets blamed for a lot of things. People forget to put the top on.
Yeah.
Someday we may learn how to make magnets that can point in any direction. While the earth appears to be knowingly keeping its distance from the sun, it really is only centrifugating, whatever that means.
I don't get that one. Y'all.
2 major...
A 6th grader said that?
Yeah, or a 5th grader.
Must have been a...
Well, centrifugal
brainiac.
Force is what keeps us where we are from the sun.
I just wouldn't expect a kid that young to come up with that word.
How could they spell it?
I don't know.
2 major Apple investors wrote an open letter to the company pressuring it to study the addictive effects of iPhones and iPads on children, and this is true.
Oh.
They have been sued, and they have admitted that some of the wares that they present technologically for the kids to use are addictive. that was proven about a month ago. I read it.
Wow.
This seems a little bit late. Addressing this problem now is like your drug dealer telling you, "Hey man, be careful of that. It's not good for you. I'll see you Monday." Gotta have you.
One more.
Well, what did the mama cow say to the baby cow?
What did the mama cow say to the baby cow? Moo something, probably.
It's past your bedtime.
Crap. That makes sense. And that's it. Those were good today, Papa.
I like them.
You
I like it myself.
Yeah, those were good. All right, well, that's it for Albertology. And that's it for today's episode of the Albert and Billy Show with special guest Gabe Boring. Thanks for joining us today, Gabe.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. You have to come back and do this again sometime.
And we wish you well.
Thank you.
Definitely. Good luck to you in the future at UTC. Folks, you'll have to go watch him play. It's not that far of a drive. We'll have to go watch him, Papa.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'll come watch you and support you. All right. Well, that's it for this week's edition of the Albert and Billy Show. We'll see you next week, guys.
See you, folks.